Why, hello out there, and welcome to Two Dudes on the Radio.
Where the world is crazy, but luckily, so are we.
My name is Eddie Boyce.
And I'm Shaner. Dude, we got this. Down pat. That's it.
Woo!
Shut the front door. Close the phone book. I don't think that last one was
Close
saying.
the phone book?
But it is now. Anytime we say something really good in the show, we go, close the phone book.
Close the phone book. That's a t-shirt. Another t-shirt.
That's right there, yeah.
We really need to write down our
Yeah, I don't remember what
ideas,
the last
because I forget what
ones
they
were.
are.
Yeah. Oh, it was the Peanut Apocalypse.
Was it? Oh, yeah, Peanut
Yeah.
Apocalypse. There was one before. I forget.
remember.
Whatever. We have great ideas. We'll just keep coming up with them. Thanks for joining the show, everyone. If you're live, thanks for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, which you can check this episode out if you want to listen to us for a second time.
Or a third.
Or third. Or fourth. That's true. You couldn't do that. Beauty of
Can't
YouTube.
get enough of us.
There you go.
I checked the other day to see how many episodes we'd filmed because I was curious about something else.
Let me guess. I think we've done...
Not counting Three People in Blank.
Oh, not counting that?
Not counting
Okay.
those. Like
I'm gonna-
actual Two Dudes on the Radio
I'm going to
shows.
say 12.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Really?
We're up to 15.
Well, let's see. We did... Sorry, you said including?
I also included...
Oh, you said including Three
No,
People.
not including.
Oh, not... Okay, that's what I thought you
See,
said.
but I also included the ones that aren't on YouTube. Like the ones we filmed and lost.
Oh,
That's the big
okay.
thing.
Rip the lost episodes,
Yeah.
which we're going to return to a little lost content because
Yeah. You guys never got to
Reasons.
hear about this unless you listened live, which I doubt. I don't know how many
it was like our
people actually
second
listened live.
episode,
No,
wasn't it? No, it was our first, our very
Yeah.
first episode, which I botched up because of these stupid radio mics.
I don't blame you. I blame the setup.
Moving on, before I lose my mind, it's been a week, family. It's been a week. Anyways, if you're not already, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where I'll just keep you posted about when an episode will come up and about future things. Because let's face it, Two Dudes on the Radio may or may not exist after this. May or may not. I don't know. We haven't talked
We
about
may
it
be
yet.
able. We may do something. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? So, like, after the semester and during the semester, just so you know, just follow us and we'll text you. Anyways, or not text you.
Yeah. Hey, you
We'll
know
post.
what else?
No, hold on. Before
Oh,
you
no?
mention anything about feedback, because I
Oh.
know you're going to bring it up.
You cut me off. Not cut
Shout
me
out
off.
to Claire.
You beat me to it.
Shout out to Claire.
to Claire.
'Cause she commented on a YouTube video.
Did she?
She did.
Wow.
She
it
was
something
correcting
constructive?
something. She was correcting something you said
I
in
mean-
the episode, I think.
Yeah.
So thanks,
not
Claire.
shocked.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So my dad told
We
me
should-
the other day.
That's what we should do. Everyone who comments on like our posts or like our videos, if they're
Yeah.
like worthwhile comments, we'll mention you in the episode. We should do that.
Yeah. Well, fun fact about feedback: I went to get a haircut yesterday, and I don't have a car on campus, so my dad came to get me, and I
Right.
get in the car, and he goes, "Well, this is awkward," because I was just listening to your videos, and I was gonna comment on every one of your videos. Get a haircut as feedback because we said give us anything, we'll take it. And so the second he was going to do that, I asked him to come and take me to get a haircut. So he wasn't able to do it. So,
That's so passive aggressive.
he knew. I mean, like I said, it's fair. We did say give us anything.
That's true. Thank you, Mr. Shaner. We appreciate your
We appreciate
thought.
the effort.
The effort. Okay, let's jump into the episode. Before we get too distracted. So, sorry, I'm drinking like a nos, and I'm just like, I was up till 3 a.m. At 8 a.m. It's been a long day. Top 5 in the Hive.
Yeah.
And again, shout out to Mr. Shaner for the ideas, because he had us up with a couple ideas, and we liked them, so we took one today.
I have ideas.
Top 5 favorite logos.
Business logos, car logos, food logos, any logos.
Any company logo.
If
Now,
it's a logo, it's fair game.
there's a lot of logos out there.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's impossible for us to. I didn't go over the whole scope of
Well,
logos.
you didn't look at every logo
I
ever?
did not
Can you
know.
call yourself
I
a logo
completely-
fan?
I completely forgot to look at car logos, so like I won't touch any of that. But I ranked mine in like ones that have stood out to me over
Yeah,
the years, at
definitely.
least. So that's how I ranked mine. I'm assuming you did the same thing.
Yeah, I looked up something and I went, oh yeah, that has either a nostalgic feeling to me, like I
Mhm.
remember seeing that, and I remember liking it, or it's just a good logo
Okay.
overall.
And sorry for like, I know we picked a visual topic for a non-visual
Yeah.
medium, but live with it. You can look it up. And
Yeah,
plus,
you
most of
know.
these you should know
Right?
like, off the top
one
of
thing
your
I
head.
talked
so.
about, I think everyone should know what it looks
All
like.
right. Shaner, hit us off with your number 5.
All right, my number 5 is gonna go to the NASA logo.
Ooh,
Maybe a
that's a
weird
good
pick,
choice.
But it's a cool looking logo. Like, have you ever seen a shirt that has the NASA logo on it? You know, the blue circle with the red
Mhm.
symbol through it? It just looks super cool. It could be a patch on the uniform. It's
Mhm.
versatile. It's cool looking.
It
doesn't.
is.
It doesn't need to be anything it isn't. It's just NASA. It's got stars. It's space, and it's got something flying through space. It's NASA.
You know, you might have been an eye shader because I know you don't know this, but the NASA logo kind of like entered into like fashion for a little bit.
Mhm.
I think it was like, was it last year?
It did, yeah. I
Oh, you
remember.
do know that?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was
So,
saying. In
like-
T-shirts and stuff.
You got an eye.
I got two.
You got, what? You got 2 eyes. That's crazy. Anyways, my number 5, the Reddit logo.
Yeah,
I think it's a very unique thing,
it is.
and there's nothing really out there like it.
You can customize
I mean-
it now, too. Did you know that?
Well, that's the avatar. That's your avatar. That's different.
Oh.
I'm talking like the Reddit logo with like the little
Oh.
face of the robot that's orange and
Okay.
white. Plus, I like those colors. Like no one else
Oh,
does
yeah.
orange and white.
That is a pretty good
Very
logo. It's
unique
pretty
color.
solid.
Now that I say, oh, Chegg does orange and white. But point being, it's a very unique looking. Not much to say there. Reddit.
Reddit. All right, so my number 4. I'm gonna have to give it up to the Google logo. It's had a lot of changes.
Hold on. Which
the current one?
Really?
Yeah. So
Interesting,
No, I take
okay.
that back. I'm looking at the picture right now, and if you're familiar with the 2013 through 2015, and it looked like you guys at home can't see this, but just look up Google 2013 logo. It looked like this.
Oh
And that's
yes.
the Google logo I just remember.
That's like the logo I remember when I first was
It's-
allowed on the internet as a kid.
It's
I remember
simplistic
that.
enough without being, the one from 1998. Again, look this up.
For people our age, middle school, right? Yeah,
Right,
middle school.
yeah. So, and it wasn't, what it is now, where it's overly simple. And,
No.
I've kind of grown to like the new one, but there's just something about the 2013 through
Mhm.
15 one that it's just special. Look it up. 2013 Google logo. It's special.
Speaking of oversimplification, have you noticed that there's like
Minimalism.
minimalism's a
Yeah.
thing? How do you feel about minimalism?
think-
Short take.
I think sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Fair enough. All right. My number 4. Now, Shader, you're not going to know this one. This is for you specifically baseball fans, but sports fans should be able to get this one. The Toronto Blue Jays logo, all right? Now, yeah, you want to look this up quickly.
Yeah. I'm
So,
gonna look it up.
for those of you who don't know, you can look it up, but it's basically a picture of a blue jay from like the side. It's looking to the
Okay.
right.
That's
There's also like a maple leaf on the right hand because it's Toronto, so
Yeah.
like Canada, and it's like blue and white. It's like a good mix of minimalism, but has some details still.
yeah. It's
And it's
minimalist
kinda
without being
retro.
too minimalist.
With the it's retro with the themes of minimalism added in. I really like how it looks, and
Yeah,
I've always thought
that's
it's
a nice
really
looking
neat. It's
logo.
probably one of my favorite. It is definitely my favorite logo in the MLB.
That's fair. All right.
Number
so my
3.
Number 3. My number 3. I'm gonna give it to the Lego logo, just because it's a nostalgic thing. I grew up with Legos.
Have they kept it the same? I haven't looked at logos.
I think it may have changed like the look of it, but the general design of the red square with the
Okay.
yellow, black,
Gotcha.
and white lettering has stayed the same. And I mean, it's iconic. It's on every Lego box. I grew up with Legos. The commercials, the movies. What was the one movie? It was about space. Had the guy, brown leather jacket. He was a cool guy. Max something. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you kind of lost me there.
Lego is just a brand I grew up with, and the logo was always iconic. It moved around
Right.
on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It did stuff. It was cool. And it's just a nostalgic thing.
I agree.
Your number 3.
My number 3 is the Genius logo. Now, Genius as in the music lyrics site.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen their logo.
Okay.
Is it the Soundwave bar
I
thing?
think you're thinking SoundCloud.
Oh,
It's basically, the reason I like it is because it incorporates different, here the writer's going to come out of me here, but it's different punctuation in it. So like, it's like a wink face. I'm assuming it's a wink face. If it's not, then I don't know what it is. A winky face. But he uses like the eye and the mouth as a semicolon. Right, as a semicolon, and then the smile is a parentheses. At least I'm pretty sure it is. I didn't look it up, but that's how it looks to me. So, I don't know. I really appreciate the creativity of it. It could be a G. No, it's not a G. It has to be a smiley face. I don't know what else it would be. Are you seeing what I'm looking at?
It just looks like the word genius to me. There's nothing hidden
hold
in
on.
it. It just looks like the word genius.
Hold on. We're going to pull this
Maybe
up.
I'm not looking at it right. Maybe if I
No. Hold on. You're not looking at the right thing.
Sir, it's a lyrics website. Maybe they changed it. Maybe you're just
No.
old.
Okay. Sorry. It's not. Okay, I got this mixed up. It's not technically their logo, it's their icon. My bad.
Oh.
I mixed it up.
Oh.
Because here, hold on. It's on all their social media. I'll pull up Twitter. So I got them mixed up. I thought that was their. I mean, icon logo. Oh, I typed Twitter. I
Twitter.
typed Twitter
What?
in the search bar of Twitter. All right, hold on. Here,
Go to Twitter's official Twitter.
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
It's their icon for all their social media. I got the two mixed up. My bad. But maybe that isn't a semicolon. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a semicolon. I guess it's a quote, something else. I don't know what that is, and then a parentheses. Anyway, that's not the point. Genius is my number 3, even though it's technically not a logo. Moving on.
All right, my number 2. I'm gonna have to go with the Golden Arches from McDonald's. I mean, they're iconic. It's
I mean,
McDonald's.
they are iconic.
And if you like McDonald's, you may not. But even if you don't like McDonald's, I don't know if I've seen another brand where you don't know it's McDonald's. You know, like whether you call it the Golden Arches, the Big M, I don't know what you refer to it as. It's iconic. It's got the red underneath it. I mean, you could see it off the highway and know there's a McDonald's coming up. It's iconic. It's
Oh yeah, it's called
classic.
reading.
What?
It's called reading.
Well, even if they didn't put McDonald's on the sign, like some company brands.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because
Even little
Even-
kids can recognize it. It's just so iconic, and I don't think it's changed much either.
no, it hasn't. It's been the same thing for
Yeah.
forever.
So yeah, that's my number 2 pick.
All right.
McDonald's Golden Arches.
I'm not a fan of McDonald's. Not gonna lie.
Sacrilege.
So many better things out there.
There are, but that doesn't mean it's not good.
I mean, this might be biased, but like I'd rather go eat at Sheetz than McDonald's.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Sheetz has good food,
There's just so many other.
but also I could get like a whole meal for 2 people for the price of like one item at Sheetz.
I mean, yeah, but it depends on what you buy. But yeah,
I
You know
could
what?
feed like 2 people for the price of feeding just myself at Sheetz. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sheetz food is worth it sometimes.
yeah.
Like, the
Again, you got to
jalapeno
depend
poppers
on
are
what. It
good.
depends on what you get. Anyways, we're getting distracted.
Sorry, yeah. Make a whole segment based on food prices.
My number 2. Wait, your number 2. You just did number 2, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't. My number 2 is the original Mozilla logo.
Oh, the Firefox?
Did I say Mozilla? Sorry, Firefox.
Oh, yeah.
The original Firefox logo.
Classic.
It's gotten more minimalistic
purple
over the
now,
years. Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
But the original one, I love that.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just great.
It's a fox curled up around a ball. I mean,
How
it's
can you
unique.
around the Earth, not just the ball, the Earth.
Was it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I used to use Firefox a lot more.
and like the Firefox is like actually on fire. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I should use that more often. Anyways, yeah, that's my number 2.
Good pick. My number 1, it may be a weird one, but it just holds a special place in my heart. The Walmart smiley face.
Really?
Yeah, back before this new one. Now, if you didn't know what Walmart's new logo is, as someone who's been inside the company, if you will, working for them, it's a spark. Now, would you have ever figured that out on your own?
No.
Would you ever figure out that yellow thing that's beside their logo now, those several yellow lines, is a spark? I don't remember why it's something about sparking creative. I don't remember. They tried to tell us. But I mean, here, look it up so you can see what I'm showing Eddie.
I mean,
How
it
can
makes
you replace
sense.
this guy? I mean, this
It's
was
a-
a simpler time.
I mean, it was a simpler time.
It was a
but
great
like,
time.
it's a smiley face.
Yeah, but okay, so actually I found out there was a lawsuit that went down about this.
Right. Makes sense.
Where the company that claimed to be the original holder of the smiley face sued Walmart. And so
Right.
they kind of had to back off. But I think it's time for a return to the smiley face. Bring it back, not this weird spark thing. Like, it's minimalism, you know? Walmart. Plus, okay, the smiley face has nostalgic value for me because my brothers and I would get bored going to Walmart. You know, after you
Right.
see the toy section, there's not much else to see when you're like 6.
Right.
So my brothers and I used to pretend we were on a hunt, and we'd have fake guns, and we'd go through the store, and if we saw a smiley face, we'd shoot it.
What?
Yeah, it was something we did to keep ourselves entertained when, you know, we were done looking at the toy section.
I mean, fair enough.
We did that with that and the Kmart light bulb that used to be a thing.
Greene County, but ladies and gentlemen, right there.
So yeah, but you know, it's just a nice looking logo, and it was a simpler time.
All right, fair enough.
And I miss the smiley face. I don't like the spark. It's synonymous with Walmart now, but it's dumb. It's Spark. Like, who would know? Bring me back the smiley face.
Okay.
Minimalize it if you want. Bring back the smiley face. Bring back the stickers. The smiley face stickers.
I remember the stickers.
Yeah, bring back the stickers. It's like Mr. Yuck's weird cousin.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Yuck.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, come on, Eddie. It's Mr. Yuck.
I
Okay, you keep talking. I'm
Okay,
going to look
fine.
it up. I don't... You've seen it before.
Excuse me. All right, well, we'll just move on to my number one. This is kind of like a McDonald's thing where it's just a classic. It's been around forever. The Coca-Cola. Oh my gosh.
It's
The
almost
Coca-Cola
classy.
logo. It is so classy. It's just Mr. Oh, that Mr. Yuck.
Yeah, that Mr. Yuck. The only
I didn't
Mr.
even know
Yuck.
he had a name.
You didn't... What school did you go to?
I was homeschooled.
Even if you were homeschooled, like, there was commercials about it, which I just
We
found
didn't
out.
have TV.
Mr. Yuck.
I didn't know that. I
Apparently
didn't even know.
His logo was Mr. Yuck is mean, Mr. Yuck is green.
No, nothing.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't drink poisonous chemicals. You'd be like, what does this symbol mean? Glug, 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 glug.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's like a poison control
the
number.
poison control sticker. You put it on things that are not good to drink or to eat.
Yeah, it has like their number and like a
And
green.
it's got a little guy
yuck
sticking his tongue out.
in
It's
disgust.
Mr. Yuck.
Yeah. All right. I didn't know he had a name.
Well, it's a good thing you're still alive.
It's a good thing I'm still alive.
Mr. Yuck saved you, and you didn't even actually know he did because you didn't know what it was.
I've seen it. I just didn't know that's what his name was.
But you knew that meant not to drink chemicals, at least.
Well, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways,
sidetrack,
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
That's a great thing to drink.
Mr. Yuck is honorary mention here. Educating every day.
Okay, move on. I'm not even gonna. Coca-Cola's great. Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
Classic. The blue and not blue, the red and the white.
Blue.
It's just like the what's it called? Type font. Yeah, typography. I was going for,
Oh,
but
okay.
that works too. Is typography right? You guys get my point. I like how it looks.
I know what you're
The
talking
swirls are great.
Yeah, there's a word for that.
It makes it look classy.
Yeah, I know what you're going for.
Okay, that is our top 5 in the hype logos. What are your favorite logos? Let us know in the comments below and tell us why our logo choices are trash.
Take 3 seconds, literally.
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Okay.
20 hours max.
Moving on to quenching your appetite.
Yeah, hit us.
App of the week. This is another app that it isn't technically like started as an app. It's actually like a website online that they made an app for,
Sweet.
but it's an app, which makes it a lot more convenient for what it is. It's called Wanderoo.
Wanderoo, I haven't heard of that.
Yes, Wanderoo. All right. Think of it like a bus and train ticket search engine.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is. So, as partnerships with all like major and even smaller like bus and train companies, all right? And you basically like type in where you're leaving from, where you're going, what dates, and it just gives you all the possibilities of it. All right.
Okay.
It's for America and Europe.
And Europe.
And
too.
Europe.
Okay, big server.
Yes, big server, not Asia though. Sorry, I think they're trying to get into Asia. Now, I knew they were doing airplanes at some point, but for some reason they took them off. So I don't know what happened with that.
Because you shouldn't be on an airplane right now.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't be on a bus either, probably.
Well, some people
Something
have
better.
to take the bus.
Some people have to take an airplane sometimes.
Anyways.
Anyways, yeah. Anyway, so
We're getting really sidetracked today. It's one of those days.
it's one of those days. So when you put in those options that I said earlier, you can also filter them out to like specific bus companies, putting in a specific budget of yours,
Okay.
times that you have to leave at or arrive at, specific stations that you must depart or arrive from.
So it does
There's
all
a
the work
lot
for
of
you.
yeah, pretty much does the work, all the searching for you. And
Okay.
it really minimizes that time. In more recent times, they also have a COVID traveling guide.
Oh.
So, yeah, if you're going to travel, which I did do, and I did consult this, and it's okay. I mean, some of it's common sense, but some of the things are
Right.
like, oh, okay, it's a good thing to keep. You want to think about it unless someone told you, but it does make common sense
Yeah,
if that
I'm
makes
not
any
good at
sense.
thinking
So,
sometimes.
yeah, exactly. So it's good to check out if you're going to go travel, because let's face it, like we're in a year into this thing. I'm probably going to go travel this summer because I'm just tired. Of,
Ooh,
like, staying
yeah.
home.
It's been.
I'm officially tired of COVID. It took like a year, but I got there.
Yeah. Now we're all here.
Now we're all here.
Welcome to the party.
They just got a partnership with rentcars.com
Rent cars.
where you can also check So there's like a button they can hit and it'll kind of transfer you over to their website, but you're still on the app. Anyways, but also use those filters that you use for you typed it into Wanderoo and apply it to rental cars. So there's that as well that they just got. So very simple app, very simple application, but it's a time saver. You know,
Definitely
I've used this thing personally a couple times. I'm not a huge bus. I've never ridden on a train actually.
Neither have I. Well, I'll take that back. I've ridden on one train.
An actual, okay, sorry.
I wish
like
we
an
had
actual.
trains around
Well,
this area.
I've done subways, but that's different.
Yeah, of course.
Anyways,
I wish
Yeah.
we had more trains. I want to ride on a train.
that's actually speaking of trains. Actually, fun fact. So they have a blog where they'll post like art, like stories on like cool traveling tips or like things that are happening in the travel business, and just some trip examples and ways to budget. There's this one article which I think it went out last year. Was it 2019? I'm not sure. It's a bit of an outdated article at this point, so it might have changed.
Right.
It probably has changed, but it was a train trip on Amtrak. So using Amtrak to travel around the United States
Wow.
in 2 weeks, under $1,000.
Really?
Yes. Now again, that excuse me, that's probably changed, like the money amounts, but it was really interesting because it pretty much traveled like the perimeter of the United
Okay.
States. So you
New
started
idea.
in like Manhattan, when the northern border, then went down through California, then through like Texas, Louisiana, back up the East Coast. So it was like a loop.
New idea.
New idea.
Two dudes on the road.
On the road, dude, I'd
Get
love
it?
to do that.
Radio road. I would say rodeo, but we're not going to a rodeo. And we do this thing, and we just travel around, literally around the country.
I'm not a huge fan of traveling. Not well. Hold on. Let me rephrase. I don't like traveling, but I like the destination. If that makes any sense.
I think I'm the other way around.
I get stressed out about vacations.
Sometimes I think I'm the other way around, and sometimes I think I'm both.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. I feel you.
Especially at night. I like traveling at night.
At night,
Yeah.
but then you can't see anything around you
Yeah, but
unless you're going through the city. That's different.
especially on the highways. So
Oh well, that's because the roads. So it's easier to drive.
it's
That's
easier
why you
driving
like
for
it.
me. It's just more enjoyable. Where it's
Okay.
dark out and I have music playing, and I
Alright.
just can drive at a consistent speed, not worry about other people on the road.
Fair enough.
I could drive to anywhere if it were dark out and the roads were clear
Okay, fair enough.
and I had enough music.
We should do that. We do like a me and you around. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
to broadcast each location.
That'd be sick. I have a DSLR, so we can like video it too.
Boom.
Bam, there we go. Fund us.
Yeah.
I'll fund us, and we'll do this
Our
for you
daily
guys.
sponsor today. We'll do a shout out. Oh, my daily sponsor will tie into this.
Wait, you know, you can shout out right after this because yeah, I'm pretty much done. That's Wanderoo.
Alright.
I would
So
check it out. Definitely check it out if you like do buses and stuff because it makes life easier. Sorry, go ahead.
So our daily sponsor, we're going to swap things up. You can do the student after I do
Yeah,
my
yeah.
history thing. But our daily sponsor for today is the Joint Systems Manufacturing Center. Now, we've
What?
been talking about Hold on. Let me
Okay,
get into
all
this.
right.
We've been talking about traveling. But maybe
Okay.
you don't travel in a train or a car.
Oh,
Because
no.
Joint Systems
Oh,
Manufacturing
no.
Center, based in Lima, Ohio,
Oh, you already
also
know it's gonna be
known-
funky since it's in Ohio.
also known as the Lima Army Tank Plant.
What?
They make tanks
What?
in Ohio. I don't know if they're commercially
No.
available. They're probably not. It's an Army, manufacturing center. But if they sponsored us and sent us a tank, we could drive that thing cross country and go. So I'm
What?
going to say, Joint Systems Manufacturing Center, if you want to see this road trip become a reality, send us a tank.
That would be so uncomfortable and slow. It would take like twice
Only
the time.
if you make it that way.
Wait, we're just gonna take out all the guns and like
It doesn't have to come with guns.
aiming mechanism. No, we're gonna take all the guns and aiming mechanism and just put in like
Dude,
a
put in
nice dorm.
Two couches.
two couch.
Cover the portholes with like little curtains.
It'll be
It
so
doesn't even
cold
have
in
to
the
have a
winter.
it doesn't even have to have a cannon, Send us your defective tank that doesn't have a firing cannon.
There
We'll
you go.
take it.
Yeah, we'll just take it.
And especially you get into winter states, if we go to like Minnesota or stuff like that.
That's true.
Boom, tank covered.
That's true. You're right.
No skidding when you're on a tank.
And we can go wherever we want, essentially.
Right,
We don't
the
have to go on
mountains.
roads.
Yeah.
And mountains might be a bit sketchy, but yeah, I get it. Okay.
So,
All right.
Joint Systems Manufacturing Center. If you want to see this road trip become a reality, find one of your tanks. Maybe it doesn't have a proper firing mechanism or something. Send it to us. We'll use it. We'll make it pretty. Comfortable tank.
My wife would kill me.
No, she would not. You know Holly. If you brought a tank home,
she would be
she'd
like,
be happy.
Eddie.
I
Edward.
feel like it would be the other way around. I feel like she'd be the one bringing home a tank, and you'd have to be the one to talk sense. Common
No,
sense.
because like, it's not functional enough for travel.
We're not talking about functional for travel. We're talking about.
I'm saying
fun.
that's why she wouldn't get it, just because it wouldn't be functional. I know she's not gonna bring a tank home.
Well, she should. Everyone should have a tank.
Okay. Well,
Especially
that's
right now, with all these slippery roads and stuff like that. If everyone drove a tank, boom, we'd have no problems. That's what the
All
world's
right.
missing.
That's the all right.
Everyone needs a tank. So,
There's a shirt. There we go. Everyone needs a tank.
Joint Systems Manufacturing Center, we know you want to see this road trip happen.
Thanks, guys.
Sponsor us. Send us a tank.
I got it. We got an email. 2dudesontheradio@gmail.com.
Email us.
Email
We'll take
us.
it.
Okay, moving on to the history of.
So the
With
history.
Sheener. Oh, go ahead. Take it
Oh,
away.
no.
Go for it. No, go for it.
Okay, so today's history of I'm going to be talking about something I think we all kind of take for granted. We all use them.
Spoons.
No, you get two guesses as what we all use them
Yeah.
every day. I don't think there comes a day where you don't use at least one of these,
Socks.
but you never think about it.
Socks.
Even socks, you think about.
That's
you
true.
think about what socks you're going to put on. You get one more guess. It's something you never really
Shoelaces.
think about. No, it's
All right.
doorknobs.
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 You got me excited about doorknobs. Okay,
Oh,
fine.
what shoelaces are
Tell
more
me.
exciting than doorknobs?
You can have multicolored shoelaces. You can do
These are
stuff with
multicolored
them.
doorknobs. Have you seen there's like
No, I haven't.
buildings where you just have doorknobs? You know.
Well, they're not exactly selling that on the open market in Greene County, okay? So I'm
Yeah,
not
they
exactly
are.
looking.
Go to Tractor Supply. I bet you can find at least one doorknob. Or what? Wayne Lumber.
No, like a
Walmart.
multicolored fancy doorknob.
Go to like Lowe's.
Okay, fine. What?
Or Home
Continue.
Depot. They have a whole section just for doorknobs.
Continue a second. I'm not trying to derail you here.
So, the Egyptians, they had doors, but it says here their doors were like animal skins, and
Mhm.
this may come to shock you, but you don't exactly need a doorknob on an animal skin. It's shocking, I know.
Makes sense. Okay.
So then, off the late 1500s,
Yeah.
we finally start getting places with individual rooms. Because back then, your houses and stuff, when families had houses, it was all one big room. You all shared. It was
Right.
just a necessity. So what need was there for a doorknob if everyone just used one door? You just had one single door
Right.
and you barricaded it with a board. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Then in the late 1500s, the Palace of, let's see if I can get this one. I don't know my Roman numerals, but I think that's 16, probably. Louis the 16th in France had the Palace of Versailles, and he had doorknobs.
Mm-hmm.
And they were decorative and all over the place, but it was more of a sign of this, I'm rich,
Uh-huh.
I have doorknobs, I have a lot of doorknobs, I have a lot of doors.
A lot
I have
of doorknobs.
paths. And this is where things get crazy. So then, they start moving into the place where you start having, individual houses with rooms. But even then, you wouldn't have a doorknob. You'd have a lock, an individual lock, but it's still a doorknob. You'd probably just push your door open or lock it when you weren't pushing it open.
Okay.
Weird stuff like that. And then the Americans came in.
Da-da-da, America.
The American Revolution, we started building doors with doorknobs. Now, get this. This was interesting. Some colonial homes had doors that were only a quarter of an inch thick. I mean, look at
That's
every...
pretty thin.
All right? And they had doorknobs. But their doorknobs were so complicated that sometimes you needed a degree or like a
What?
certificate of training to operate doorknobs.
Oh.
Can you imagine needing a certificate to operate a doorknob nowadays? But back then they were super complicated.
Huh.
Then you start moving on, and now you have doorknobs that you can open and lock and stuff just by voice commands. Which actually, let's think about that. Now we're circling back around to when you need a certificate or like you need training to operate a doorknob.
Are we?
I mean, if I just said, "Hey, set up this. I give you an Alexa, and I say, set this up so that it locks your door when you say, Alexa, lock my door. We're getting to that point again where I think we're going to start needing to be trained to use doorknobs. We've circled back around. History repeats itself. So when we first came out with doorknobs, they were complicated. Then somebody said, no, make them simpler. Make them out of metal. And they're done.
Okay.
So now you can just turn, you have one in your apartment.
Yeah.
I have one in my dorm room.
There's one to the outside of the studio.
Right? And we don't need a training certificate to operate them. Now we need one to operate the lock. You had to teach me how to operate the lock here, but that's
Right.
not because it's got several different buttons in a combination. But the actual doorknob, but now we're getting to the point where we're going to need to be trained to use doorknobs again. Now I sound like some crazy conspiracy podcast, like, America wasn't made this way. We need training for how to use doorknobs. God didn't intend it to be like this.
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, there we go. I'm taking this spot. I never thought I'd see the day when we'd need training to use doorknobs again. My voice for this now.
Please no.
Didn't think this day would ever come. But now, yeah, you can get doorknobs in multiple different kind of, styles,
Right.
materials, shapes. I think there's even like a market out there for collectible doorknobs.
What?
Yeah, so if you go to like what's that place? Hobby Lobby, the craft store.
Mm-hmm.
They have different like decorative doorknobs. They have one that's like an elephant, I
Oh.
think, and one that's like the Batman logo, or maybe it has the Batman picture in it.
Right.
Like you don't even think about it half the time until you go there and you're like, why would I need a fake doorknob that look? They're fake doorknobs too sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would I need a doorknob that does this? And I think I've seen, movies and stuff where these rich guys have like fake doorknobs just on their wall. They do nothing. You just turn them and they do nothing. But there might be a market out there for it,
Huh.
But you can get, metal doorknobs, wooden doorknobs, crystal doorknobs, solid glass doorknobs.
Huh.
Yeah, doorknobs are a very, versatile thing, but you never think about them, do you? I bet you left your
Yes.
apartment today without even thinking about the doorknob,
It's really hard to open the door to the bathroom because it just won't open.
right? You know what you should do?
Fix it
Go down to Lowe's
and get a doorknob.
and go to the doorknob section. And when you go there, I want you to take a picture of it and post it about how many doorknobs there are.
I guess you're right. Yeah. I got no.
Doorknobs.
Huh.
Yeah, so there's your history of doorknobs. Once used to be a sign of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Wealth. And now they're just common.
In
Everybody's
academics.
home.
Academics.
Academics,
Yeah, academics.
You don't need training now. Well, eventually you will.
Huh.
Now
I
you
got
learn
no
something,
words.
right? Now you learn something.
Hi, radio manager.
Hello.
Man, 3 times in a row you've been here. It's like a new tradition.
We
Food
should just
trucks
make you
are
a
every
star.
Food trucks are every week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
Well, we're gonna try to start leaving it down there.
That probably would be easier than coming up here every single time. You want to get me to get the door for you?
Yes, please.
All right.
We're gonna miss you on this show. Shout out there if you know about collectible doorknobs. If you're one of those people listening and you collect doorknobs, leave us a comment. Tell us what kind of doorknobs you have. If you're a doorknob fan, leave us a comment. We want to know.
Doorknob fan?
Hey,
I guess.
you know-
All right, you're right.
I've seen weirder things and I've heard of weirder collections.
Yeah, I guess.
Sometimes, there's just something about... Now, I will admit, though, there's something about a doorknob sometimes that just you like,
No,
You've
I
never
don't know
turned
what
the
you're
door-
talking
You've
about.
never opened the door once and thought, man, that was satisfying when it clicks when you get it all the way over. Like, sometimes a doorknob is just satisfying.
I
You've
don't.
never felt that way.
I don't think so.
Really? You just absentmindedly open the door and you don't even think about the doorknob?
No. I think about the door slamming.
Door slamming
But-
can be fun, but there's just something about some... And there's some doorknobs where it turns way too much, but it still opens the door, but it doesn't feel satisfying.
Huh.
I like doorknobs.
Apparently.
I like
you're a fan
satisfying
now.
doorknobs.
Okay. That sounds like some weird fetish.
It's a doorknob fetish. Nobody draw that.
Okay, moving. On that note, we're gonna move on. All right.
I didn't think I'd ever say doorknob fetish.
Okay. Okay. Onward, student of the week, Jesse Kane. Congrats.
Good job.
You know what you did.
May you find a doorknob that is easy to open. You've earned it.
All right, so onwards to they're called B movies for a reason, and folks, we're gonna take a bit of a detour with this segment for today because.
Yeah.
As we've said, this has been a really busy week, and we selected a movie.
Yeah.
And
We selected
two?
Yeah, there was the one you texted me about earlier.
Oh,
this week.
right, yeah. That turned out to be bad. So, ow! I just hit my knee. Ow, that hurt. Okay, anyway,
Hey,
sorry.
don't injure yourself.
Talk through the pain.
We're on the air.
I mean,
man.
that's how my knee is. How I felt while watching the movie. What I'm going to briefly go over that I had to stop watching because it was
how far
awful.
did you get into it?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm not even sure. It felt like an hour, but it was probably only 20 minutes.
Fair.
So the movie I'm talking about that we were going to watch but won't finish is called Llamageddon. All right. Now, my wife and her friend watched this, and I'm kind of disappointed that they did. Not gonna lie. Like, this is like Helen Keller bad almost.
I mean, Helen Keller wasn't that bad.
It had its moments. Okay, they were bad for different reasons. Let me get into this. So, Llamageddon, again, I only watched like 20 minutes of this and then I had to turn it off. But basically, the premise of this movie is aliens on another planet
Okay. Good.
are
premise.
launched from the planet to go to other planets to basically ravage them. They don't say that, but like that's
You
kind
picked
of
that up, yeah.
that's the assumption you pick up. Also, like animated beginnings of B movies, like it keeps happening. The beginning of that was
But they're
animated.
good, you
They
know?
are good. It's like that's where they put all their budget because they want you to catch you so that you don't mind the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's the starting sentence of a paragraph. It draws you in. The rest leaves you disappointed.
so a llama lands on Earth.
Wait, okay. Is it an alien in the form of a
So
llama?
well,
Or is it like an
I
alien
don't
that
know.
takes the
You
form
just
of
know
it?
that it's an alien. It's an llama that lives on a different planet
Okay.
that kills people. That's all you know.
Oh, nice.
Because this llama gets on the planet, kills a couple, and then what happens is the grandkids of the couple have to stay at the house to take care of it so that they can sell the house. I'm not sure exactly how that works or why they did that, but they
Okay.
did. And then the kids are like one's high school student, the other one's college, and the college students are responsible. So she has this party, and then the llama just kind of ravages. That's pretty much the movie
Makes sense.
that I saw in the first 20 minutes. Oh boy. First of all, like the sexual content of this thing was rampant.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah, okay.
there was a couple innuendos. There was a scene that wasn't too revealing, but it was a bit much.
Yeah.
And then like there was some light stripping that wasn't like. It was like they were having a party in the house.
Yeah,
it was a
picture when
college
you
party.
said party and, it
And
was
stripping.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
And like it wasn't like heavy stripping because it got to a certain point. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to do this
Yeah.
anymore because I scrolled through the movie more, and I saw more like such stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm not done. I'm done. I'm not going through this. So don't go watch this movie because of that.
Yes.
And I'm disappointed in you, wifey, for watching that.
Fun fact: Llamageddon was one of the ones I had picked out for us to watch on this show, but I was like, I couldn't find a content review, and
Yeah.
now we know how sketchy these B movies can be.
They can be sketchy.
So I'm glad we didn't pick that.
I'm
one.
glad. Well,
Well, I'm glad I didn't pick that one.
I'm glad you didn't make that
You
mistake.
bit the bullet for me.
Beyond the sexual content, this movie's atrocious. Like it's so bad.
Yeah, well,
The-
llama murdering people.
The couple that died in the beginning were the best characters in the first 20 minutes of that film.
Oh, really?
And they weren't even that great. They were just like okay.
Right. Were they more personality or less than Dave from Dave Made a Man?
They just like it wasn't like they read off the script. Like I actually felt like they had some
We
character,
need a scale
a scale.
of character personality, and it goes from Dave from Dave Made a Maze to the Reverend from Guns of the Apocalypse. Two opposite ends. What would you put at the opposite end of that?
So here's the
scale?
thing though, like by like acting, I mean like it didn't feel like they like read off the script.
Okay.
They weren't just like spewing out lines,
You
which
could
is
tell
what
they were
the
a bit
problem.
invested.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't great, but like
Right.
like a few points where it felt like they were reading like off or they were saying off memorization, but like they weren't horrible. The rest of the movie, however, oh my gosh, you could like it was like they were just.
Right.
If you know what I mean, you know what I
Yeah,
mean. You've
no,
seen
it
movies, you know.
sounded
They just it sounded totally scripted. Acting was horrible. The characters were so annoying. It's like tropes of like the bad college kid, the do good high school student, and the Karen
Oh,
amplified by like times 10 by like their
Ooh.
lines.
never good.
Oh, it was bad. It was. It hurt. It really hurt.
I can imagine. It sounds terrible.
It was pretty bad. Like this thing was worse than Attack the Killer Donuts.
Oh,
Bad. Because even the video quality wasn't good.
Oh, that sucks.
And some of the camera shots as well. Sometimes they got really close up to the face.
Yeah.
So you
Which
could see
can
like
be
all the
effective, but also
imperfections
weird.
and like it was gross. It was disgusting.
Oh yeah.
It was horrible. Worst B movie I've ever seen in my life. Worse than Killer Donuts. Granted, I only saw the first 20 minutes, but
That's
just
probably all
based
you
on
need
that,
to
that's
know.
probably all you need to know. So don't go watch that movie. So instead, wait, Shaner, do you hear that?
What is that?
It's the breaking news segment. So, this isn't something that would normally fit on the show, but I learned about it today, and I just had to bring it up.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the breaking news segment because why not?
This is our. We didn't quite get a B movie down, but we have ideas. Segment.
Well, no. This is like
Oh.
stuff that I want to talk about on the show, but it doesn't fit in with any
Oh,
of the
okay,
four
cool,
segments.
Yeah, we've done this before when you talked about the announcement of that song the other day.
I did?
Yeah, we talked about
Oh, the
one
album?
song having the 20th anniversary or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Breaking news moment. You're right. Stuff like that. Like, this one's going to be a bit longer because
Hit us.
we have time. So, did you know, Shaner, that you can make your own Oreos now?
Really?
Yes.
Make your own Oreos.
I just heard about it today. Apparently, Oreo, I guess that's the company, Oreo, that's weird, has been, they started in November of 2020. They made a website where you can go and build your own Oreo. It's pretty extensive. It's not just like, oh, do you want a black Oreo or a white Oreo? It's like pretty extensive. So there's two different customization options. You can, one, which is the most extensive, customize the cream, the dip,
Whoa.
the sprinkles, an image on them. You can get an image on
your Oreo.
and text.
I'm
or
sensing
and/or text.
Valentine's Day gift right here.
Right. Or you can just customize the cream.
You know, that's pretty important. Can you customize the cookie, though?
No. It's always the black cookie.
Really?
Or sorry, the chocolate. I should say chocolate cookie.
There's so many good options out there. And they just
I know.
only do
I was kind of
chocolate,
surprised by that too.
Like the red velvet ones, the
I might
vanilla ones.
yeah. Vanilla's underrated. I really like vanilla.
They
Oreos.
are, actually. Like, I forgot how much I liked them. I think it was one of the nights I was hanging out with you, and Damien
Uh-huh.
brought a whole pack of them. And I'm like, dude, these are so good. Why do I forget about these?
We should have like if we do like Two Dudes Radio After This, we should just have like a rate the Oreos list.
Dude, that would be amazing.
I love Oreos. Oreos are like my sin food.
Now,
like if
are
I
you,
get
like-
those, I'm gonna like
Okay, wait.
pass out.
Do you just eat Oreos straight, or do you like them in milk? Or both?
I
You
don't
can
like
do
them
both.
in milk.
Oh, what? Oreos and milk are amazing.
Nah, sorry. I just like them.
I like how soft they
That
are.
and I'm like lactose intolerant, so like
You're lactose intolerant?
I know.
I've known
I
you
know
for
it
how
doesn't.
many years?
It
What?
does. I don't hide it.
What?
I don't.
I never knew that.
So I'm like, it's not like a big issue.
Uh-huh.
This is off topic, so I'll go into this brief. It's not a huge issue for me. So like, I can go have like pizza for a meal and I'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
It's like if I have cheese for like or like milk for like a consecutive amount of days.
Really?
Sorry, consecutive amount of days. Then it gets.
Well,
to
it's a
me.
good thing I wasn't trying to feed you milk.
Well, yeah, there's a reason why I don't drink milk because milk. There's
I'm
like
gonna tell-
levels of like lactose intolerant
I'm gonna tell
effectiveness, and
Holly
milk's
to put
like the
Mr.
top
Yuck.
of the chain.
I'm gonna tell Holly to put Mr. Yuck stickers on all your milk.
You should.
And now you know what those mean and what they
And now
are.
I know what they mean. Anyway, so yeah, I just like Oreos regular. I'm not even trying to do me in milk. Even like I like
That's
almond milk, but I don't ever dip them in it. Anyways, so let me get you into this. So there's 8 cream colors you can get into. Besides, including the white, the normal white.
No, wait. By colors, you mean it's just colors? They're flavored too.
No colors. Not talking flavors, just colors.
Really?
Yes.
It's sounding less and less appealing.
So there's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then the traditional white. There's the 8 colors you can get. And then for the dip, you can have your Oreo dipped in fudge, chocolate, or white fudge, white chocolate. And then the little sprinkles,
Mm-hmm.
you can get them in an assortment of colors. I think it's the same as like the cream colors with a few additions. But they're like little dot sprinkles. They're not like your long jimmies.
Right.
They're like little dot
You
sprinkles.
forget, I'm the son of a prominent cookie maker.
Oh, that's right. You are.
I know about sprinkles.
You do know about sprinkles.
I've seen my fair share of sprinkles.
I gotta get cookies from your mom. They're good for like the what's it called?
Make those hand
The
motions
event
help.
fancy cookies, as I like to call them.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's not what I call them, but those
Yeah.
type of cookies. They
Yeah, I
taste
get
really
what
good
you're
for
saying.
those. Anyways, what's the name of the company?
Your Cookie Rookie.
Your
Shout
Cookie
out.
Rookie. Green County, Waynesburg. Definitely
Look
check
us
them out.
up on Facebook, Instagram, but mostly Facebook.
Anyway, so little sprinkles. The sprinkles go around the rim. It's not on the entire cookie
Okay.
because, unlike the middle of the cookie, is where you put the image and or text that you
I'm
want.
going to create the most ugly Oreo that's ever been made.
Well, I mean, yeah. I think these are intended for events
Oh.
because of the way that they ship these out. So, like, you can buy, like, this is general, but, like, there's singles. You can buy, like, packs of 5, 10,
One
20.
Oreo.
Well, you can buy in packs of 1, but you have to buy a minimum of, like, 20, I think it is.
Okay.
So, I think these are meant for, like, events.
I'm going to send them to all my friends. I'm going to create the
That'd be
ugliest
pretty cool.
Oreo ever and send them to all my friends.
We should do that
It's just gonna
in
be
the
the
Oreo
worst
contest.
Picture. What would be the worst picture I could put on an Oreo that isn't inappropriate?
Hold on. I actually want to come up with a good answer for this.
Yeah, we're going to come up with the ugliest Oreo we can make that's still appropriate to send to people.
Moldy cheese.
But do you actually screen print a picture onto the Oreo?
I'm assuming that's how they do it. I don't know how else they would do it.
I mean, sometimes you can like print the cookie so that it has a picture.
I'm going to assume it's edible. I don't know.
No. I mean, like the cookie is molded in such a way that where usually they have all those little bumps and cracks in it,
Mhm.
it looks like something.
No, it's an actual picture.
Okay.
It is an actual picture. The screen printing, I'm assuming it's how they do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It's not like they mold the cookie so that it's like the outline shape.
Wait, I got it.
What?
Rick Astley.
Oh my god.
It's just a picture of Rick Astley doing the dance. It won't move, obviously.
Hot take, I really love. Oh crap! What's the name of the song?
It's,
Never Gonna Let You Down.
yeah, it's a good song.
I really like that song. Like I vibe to it. I love pranking people with it. Unironically, thank you.
That's
I love
the
pranking
word
people
for it.
with it because they get mad. But like I like it. Anyways, so yeah, these are pretty expensive though. For instance, for like just changing the cream of the Oreo, you can buy 8 for $9, and that's without shipping and tax.
Oh,
So these things they have a hefty price. So just so you know, it's called Oreo ID. That is what the name of the website where you can order these custom Oreos.
Oreo ID.
Yes, it's on their main website, or you can just Google it. That's fine too. And it's ID, the letters, so like
ID,
identification ID. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna.
We're
Shader,
jumping back.
we're gonna jump back to B movies because just to kind of break it up. We're gonna break it up a bit different.
Yeah. So,
Do you want to introduce some Shader to what we're gonna do now?
Yeah, so I had this idea because our B movies kind of fell flat this week, and that's okay. Sometimes they do that. You think
This is the first week we've haven't come through with the segment, so I feel like we're doing good.
and we're doing fine, and we tried. It wasn't just that we were like,
Yeah, I literally
You-
watched the
you
movie
tried.
today at like 1. 12. I watched it. I was like, no, this ain't happening today,
yeah,
folks.
you tried. But here's what we're gonna do because I don't know how many people actually listened to us on air and heard our first show. On our first show, we reviewed what I think will go down as one of our favorite B movie moments. I think,
You mean movies?
like watching it together too. Though.
Oh, we haven't watched a movie together in a while.
Yeah.
We stopped doing that after the first season, which we should do again.
Yeah. But what we're going to review is what I think is one of our classics, and that movie is
Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter!
Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. You've heard us reference it. We've talked about it all the time. We sometimes shorten it to just Vampire Hunter. It's... Now you're going to get to
Classic.
find out, because you guys never got to hear it unless you were listening live, which I really doubt.
Yeah, so it was the very first B movie we ever watched for this show.
Yeah.
And we did it for episode 1, season 1. but the audio didn't work out, and so I couldn't post it on YouTube.
Which was a
So
shame.
we reviewed it live, but you can't find it on the internet. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do a quick rehash of why this movie is so fantastic,
I mean,
or
yeah,
quote fantastic. I like to call it a beautiful train wreck. These
it
types of
is.
movies.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's a train
continue.
wreck you enjoy watching.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so the whole plot, it's pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
It's everything you need though. It's the vampires. They
Mhm.
can now come out in the light,
Right.
which is not a problem. Like, light isn't a problem for them anymore. And Eddie, what are they after?
Women.
But
Right.
not just women.
I just want to say we're not trying to attack anyone with this.
The
It's
original
just-
show, you just went for it. So I'm glad you're finally showing some
this
respect.
movie, well, like, it was such a glorious time. We had like just watched it like a couple
Yeah.
days before. It was fantastic.
I remember sitting here listening. You're like, okay, we just said that. That's cool.
This
don't
movie
hurt
offends
us.
everyone, so like we're not trying to pick any movie, and the movie doesn't pick on anyone. So just keep that in mind. They're after lesbian women because these
They
vampires are lesbian women.
It's such a weird concept.
Very weird.
And then,
So amazing though.
but who better to fight the vampire lesbians than the church?
Not just
That
the
came
church.
Out, that came out way worse than
Not just the church, Shaner. Jesus
Well, yeah,
Jesus
I'm
himself.
getting there.
Oh, you're getting there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
getting
sorry.
there, man.
Okay.
Come on. You
I'm
gotta-
sorry.
you
I'm
gotta
sorry. I
So,
ruined the big reveal.
The
Sorry.
church, they, the two ministers. I don't remember their names, but one had a mohawk, and one was like wearing like a punk rock leather jacket.
Yeah, like
And
an
they
afro.
find
Yeah.
Jesus and they say, "Hey, the vampires are back. We need your help."
And you're not missing anything, by the way. Jesus is just kind of there healing
Yeah,
people.
that's it. And so he decides to go, and it's a huge fight scene. The vampires,
Mhm.
and it's just amazing.
It is a fantastic.
Oh wait, shoot! I forgot one of the best parts of the movie.
What?
Because soon after this,
Right.
Jesus decides, look, if I'm gonna do this, I need to change up my look. So he goes with his sidekick, Mary Magnum,
Mary Magnum.
and they
Like
go
the
to
gun.
and they go to a thrift store. We're dying because this was so funny. He goes to a thrift store where he gets these ridiculous clothes, and the guy that runs the thrift store, my favorite character.
They're
in
not that ridiculous. They're just like
okay. His
obvious
Mary
adventure
Magnum gets like
clothes.
this red leather suit. It's not as weird.
Jumpsuit, yeah.
It's not as weird as you think when I say red leather jumpsuit. It's more like reflective.
It's leather. Maybe like faux
it's-
leather.
No, it's like not spandex, but yeah, you'd have to see it to know what I mean. It's not like, don't think Catwoman. That's not a good picture to think with this. Think something completely different.
Right. Anyways, yeah. continue.
Anyways, so they go to this thrift store, and the guy that runs the thrift store, I don't remember his name, but he's got short blonde hair, like a blonde buzz
Right.
cut, and these ridiculous dorky glasses.
He looks
and
like a
this-
traditional white guy.
Yeah, just picture the nerdy white guy in your head, and it's a voice dub over, and he speaks.
Like the most urban ghetto guy you've ever talked to in your
Yeah, I
life.
think this.
It's
think every
ridiculous.
stereotype from every '80s movie ever for
A gangsta.
Yeah.
You've got it. That's
What did he
what
say when
sounds like.
Jesus first comes in? He's like,
What's up, my blue-eyed
"What's
soul?
up, my blue-eyed
brother?"
soul, brother?" And it was the best delivery of the whole film.
Oh my goodness. It's
But-
just moments like that.
But the scene I'm referring to, though, is after that, Jesus gets attacked again. But this time it's not the vampires.
Not vampires, no.
It's the atheists.
Atheists.
And they're like kung fu secret agents. They're all dressed in suits.
Yep,
And
yep,
they
yep.
pull up in one SUV. Now, you've played video games where you have to keep fighting minions
Right.
and they just keep coming.
Waves
It's
of
like
minions.
that. This scene lasts like 10 minutes long. Maybe not that long.
It's way too long for what it is.
Yeah, and it's just him fighting the atheists. And wow. So after that
The
whole
choreography is
debacle,
something else.
after that, 6-minute debacle of him fighting atheists
Mhm.
with no purpose. They never comes back.
Nope.
He just fights the atheists and leaves. Then Jesus decides to fight these vampires, he needs help. Mary Magnum isn't enough.
Well, doesn't she get? Oh, sorry, spoilers. I don't
Yeah.
get into spoilers, but yeah, she
He
isn't
needs
enough.
help.
Needs help.
And who does he call in?
Gabriel the angel,
No. You
God
think-
himself,
Oh, you wish. No, God appears
Paul the
to him.
apostle.
God appears to him.
Oh, you're right.
I'm gonna spoil this. It's fine. In a bowl of cherries.
Oh, you shouldn't have spoiled that. That's
It's
like
fine. There's
the best
more
parts.
that I've not missed. There's more there.
all right, fine.
But he calls in, no, not Paul the Apostle, Santos, the Mexican wrestler, the Mexican luchador. I kid you not. He calls him up. They bring in on his private jet, and he steps off wearing this suit and this reflective silver luchador mask.
It is a sight to behold.
And his agent or girlfriend, I don't remember, or
Yes.
No?
It's probably both.
both, yeah. And there's a good fight. They go to a bar and there's a fight scene there. I won't spoil that.
Oh,
'cause
that's my
that
favorite scene in the entire
Yeah.
movie. It's
He-
fantastic.
there's some creative ways he comes up with to fight these vampires.
And it's just so funny to watch. Because
And
some of
then-
it's like bad, but it's like clever in some ways. It's great.
It's unique. And then in the end, there's a fight scene in a junkyard. And I won't spoil what happens because some crazy stuff goes down.
Crazy stuff.
And some stuff happens with the vampires.
I'm not lesbian anymore.
You can't spoil that part. That's the best part of that's the second best part of the film besides the atheists or the thrift store.
They're not going to see it until they see it. Sorry. You ruined the bowl of cherries and got it, okay?
That's fair.
Let me
That's
spoil
fair.
that.
So in the end,
Saves the day. Jesus gets the girl, and Santos
Yeah.
goes away in his plane, and everyone lives happily ever after.
well, it's another spoiler, but again, I don't think people are going to watch this. Santos
you should
goes
go
away
watch this. You
with the
should.
vampire. That's a spoiler, but if that's honestly what you're worried about, is us spoiling Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter for you, you got bigger problems. to
So
worry
much
about.
more. This movie is like
And it ends.
crosses a bit of lines religiously, and it pokes way too many buttons, and it is very not hypocritical. What's the word? Not
Heretical.
Heretical. Is that a word? Yeah, heretical. But just take it in full swing. Don't take it seriously, and you'll have a great
And
time.
It's great, and it ends with a musical number. I don't remember it being
No.
that good.
No, did it?
Yeah, in the park.
That was in the beginning.
No,
There's
it's
a
at the
musical
end.
number in the beginning.
Oh no, not that one. I'm talking about at the end when everything's done
Right.
and they're all in the
right.
park, and
Right.
it makes no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
No, but the one in the beginning is kind of good. It's good enough.
This is not a musical, by the way. They just decided to include a musical number.
So look up the trailer. If you're curious but you don't feel like investing your time in it.
No, just watch it. Don't watch the
Yeah,
trailer.
it's-
Just go into it blind.
Okay, but the trailer though has the best moment of all, and it's this narration. I'm gonna try and do it again because I remember.
Oh,
I
the
did it.
narrator! I forgot about him.
Oh man, no, I'm talking about the trailer though. The narrator, he was so.
I
weird.
forgot.
You
Yeah,
can't
there's a
talk-
narrator.
Yeah, but no, the trailer, the tagline of the movie is, "For centuries, vampires have had to fear the sun, but now they will have to fear the Son of God." And it's so beautiful, and it's a great film, and it's nostalgic for us because I think it was the first one we ever
Very
watched
first
together,
one.
and nothing ever came close to that again. The
Only-
only one that comes close, well, I'd say that we didn't watch together. Velocipaster is above it, just because it's.
We saw it. No, did we see it together?
No, we watched that separately.
Okay, yeah, that was like on our own time, not for this
But-
film. But yeah, those two movies are like the quintessential
Yeah,
B movies.
nothing
right
will ever
there.
top them again. I don't. What would you put close to that?
I put one near. Crap, what was it? I think I. Hold on. I don't remember. There's a movie I put up there with them. I think it was Spaghetti Man, but I know it didn't top. No, maybe I forget. There's another movie I put
Yeah.
up with them, but no, those two. Even that movie wasn't anything like those
yeah,
two
no,
movies.
those two movies will always hold a special place
Go watch
in
them.
two dudes' history and just in B movie. You
Yeah.
know, nostalgia. Yeah, go watch it.
Mhm.
Let us know what you think. And for the most part, it's appropriate. I don't remember there being anything in it that was too.
Well, there's a few like sexual innuendos. There's no like any
Yeah.
like scenes, but there's just a few innuendos.
and there could have been so easily.
Oh, there could have been so easy. Yeah, they kept it somewhat. It's like it's a PG-13 film.
Yeah,
Is the swearing bad? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
That's gonna come back to bite us.
Yeah, probably some angry parent.
Yeah,
You told my son to go watch Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. Now he's swearing like a sailor.
maybe. All right. Well, we should
If
we
you're
should
a
jump
parent,
off.
watch the film first, just to make sure we're not remembering it
don't-
through rose-tinted
Yeah,
glasses.
don't let your kid watch it. Teenager maybe, but definitely not.
Grab yourself a drink, kick back on a Friday evening with your
Oh.
spouse,
Oh,
significant other.
I bet it's so much better with a drink. I bet it's so much better.
Drink responsibly. Go watch this movie. Chill
Don't watch
out.
it. Don't watch Lamageddon. Also, the other film. I forgot to mention this earlier. The other film, the Hungover Games.
Yeah, that
Not
that one had
appropriate.
potential.
It had a potential, and like I watched the trailer, and it looked good,
Mhm.
like real good, like Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter worthy good.
Oh wow.
But then hopped on IMDb,
IMDb. Yeah.
and I read over like the parental reviews.
Yeah. That's what I
there,
usually use.
there's a lot there, folks. It would have topped everything we would have covered on the show. So unfortunately,
So don't
go watch
watch
that.
Games, don't watch Lamageddon, but watch Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter and Actually, don't watch Velocipaster.
What?
Velocipaster was a bit more risque.
There was like one scene, and it wasn't even
Take
like.
my advice. I'll tell
Just
you
don't
later.
watch that scene, and you're fine for the rest of the movie, right? Okay, maybe it's been a few
I'll
years
tell you
since I've seen
later.
it. Okay, fine, whatever. Well, guys, thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure.
It
We
was a
really
weird
like doing
show,
this
but
show.
a fun one.
Different show. If you're not already, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Feedback.
Thank you for listening live, and thank you for
Feedback.
listening on YouTube if you are. If you made it this far, which I'm not gonna lie, if you have, great job. If not, I don't
Feedback.
blame you.
I'm subliminal.
You should just type in the comments. Which we have them type in the comments for watching this far. Oh, lesbian vampires.
feedback.
Okay, feedback. There we go. We'll do feedback. There we go.
I'm using subliminal messaging. Feedback.
Okay, there you go. How should we end it, Shanner?
Thank a doorknob for all it's done for you.
Your doorknob all the way over there. Thank you for your
We
service.
see you. We appreciate you.
All the sweaty hands you've endured, all the grimy hands, all the super clammy, dry hands that you've
We
had to
appreciate
endure.
you.
We appreciate you.
Always
Thank
there
you.
for us. Thank a doorknob.
Thank you, doorknob. Have a good night.
Peace.